On the other side of this mound here, there's a pathway that goes back up through those. There's a pretty one. And they were so small, and now they're just huge. And so it's kind of like... Here's some plums. I think this is a toka plum. Yeah, really nice red skin, golden flesh. Super cool. So now I kind of have it blocked off. This garden is mostly the eastern meadow here, and then you have like the main center with the greenhouse, the culinary garden, the teepee, and then the square foots that are enclosed. You got this front slope here, and then you've got the western meadow. And the western meadow is kind of poplar regrowth, a lot of edibles plugged in, but it's still kind of just, it's pretty wild back there. I'd like to do a pond eventually, but that's going to be maybe a little bit down the road. So we can take a walk in the western meadow here. So there's still, you know, I've been doing this for about 6 years, but there's still a lot more to do. I'm probably here, I'd say, 45 days a year. So it's really not enough time to go crazy on it, and most of it is by myself. Yesterday, this is a big hugel bed mound that you helped me out with, thank you very much. And we planted quite a lot of black locust. Here's some sea buckthorn down here. June berries on the front, but I really want this to be just like a massive hedge where you can't even see through here anymore. And I wish I would have done this a long time ago because the black locust really does grow quickly. Here's like a mulberry, kind of surrounded by some, these are like some purple asters that are going to come up pretty soon. Really nice ground cover over here though. I have a lot of choke cherries planted through, a lot of elderberries back here. There's a honey locust. This one I bought at a pretty big size on sale. Here's some choke berries. This is an elderberry. I've got a black walnut kind of back there. Slow growing nut trees.
So I see behind you, you got a lot of wood piled.
Yes.
And are these, tell me about where you set the wood piles and what kind of spacing you're looking for. What do you want this to be?
I was kind of seeing it as like a heat trap and a sun trap because, yeah, the sun kind of goes from the east over here to the west. So with the wind and the sun, I was thinking I could make like a crescent shape and block it all in. So this is all the poplar and ironwood that I chopped out from this section. And I just made this long strip, and it's kind of served as like a chipmunk home. Birds are in there a lot. I see nests in there. And then eventually I'd like to do the same thing and cover it all with sand, and then cover it with black dirt, and then wood chips and leaves, and plant.
And these are materials that you know your county is giving away for free. You just have to get them here. You have to haul them.
Yeah.
Right?
You can connect with tree trimmer guys that will probably dump them off at your house, but I'm about 15 minutes north of town, so it's a lot to ask for those guys to come out here.
Yeah.
But there's a sand pit 3 minutes away from me that just somebody's dumping there. So there's massive piles of wood chips. I get all these wood chips from them, and like big logs. If I could get them there, over here, it's all accessible, and it's just kind of like a public green waste dumping area. It's pretty cool. And I seem to be one of the only people that actually takes advantage of it because it's super valuable to me. I can make these wood chip pathways that just make it so much easier to walk through this place. And because beforehand it would almost look exactly like this, so I would just take my little spot and then that's it. You know, not too much to ask for. And I still always have to keep trimming these back so we can walk through a little bit easier. Sometimes on these poplar trees you see ants raising aphids, but no, this one's good. So we just walk up here. There's a lot more, you know, it's like you'll see the thistles popping through again. So I've been busy with the hugel beds, but soon I'll come through and pull these all out again. This is a, oh cool, oh this is great. Actually, this is one of the first times I've seen these. Blackberries.
Yeah.
Blackberries in Minnesota. This is cool. This is really cool actually, because I haven't seen these before. I've seen this kind of doing its thing, but I've never seen the fruits. And they're actually really good fruits. Yeah, help yourself.
These are big.
Yeah, these are big.
Now, did you plant this?
No.
This is a thorn variety.
Yeah.
Okay.
I did not plant this. This came probably from a bird. And I think that's what's happening now, is that this has kind of become a wildlife magnet, and I brought so many birds here, and they're just depositing all these random seeds. Like, I did not plant this, and it was not here before, so cool to see. It could really take over this whole spot. This is ironwood right here, which is actually a tree maybe 30 feet tall with a stump like that. I've got these in my hand. And I would cut it down in the wintertime when all the energy was still down in the roots, and then in the springtime they would sprout up again, and you have these shrubs. So now whenever I need more mulch, I'll just take a branch, chop it up. If I had goats or something, I would give it to them. This is green ash, which is an extremely fast-growing mulchy plant. I didn't even know what it was until maybe a month ago. A friend came over and said, yeah, it's green ash. And wow, this thing just, I mean, it's a mulch machine. So if you have some green ash on the property, you can always notice it by these leaves. Yeah, mosquitoes.
Yeah, yeah, it's one of my, it's coming up in my garden pretty freely as well, but I didn't know what it was, so there you go.
Yeah, it's a great one. Yeah, here. Okay.
So yeah, I wasn't thinking about it before I came here, but poison ivy as a ground cover is pretty effective. It does a pretty good job. So
it does.
What am I, you know, when you get a woody site like this, what do you put in place to outcompete it, or how do you deal with it?
I've tried to outcompete it.
I had never
white
thought
clovers.
of it.
I mean, even the whole front slope, which is now grass and poison ivy, was once red clover and white clover, because I went hardcore on it. And I was just like, come on, come on, come on. Planted it all, and it took 1 year, and then slowly after maybe 2 more years, the grass and the poison ivy just would creep in. Where it's like the roots in the wintertime, even though it's above ground, very sleepy, I feel like those roots are just creeping in under the snow, and then in the springtime, bang, and they all come back. Here's another Nanking cherry. Actually, there's a bunch of little babies, little baby fruits on the ground. So help yourself if you feel like those.
Now, are you harvesting? Have you done any kind of what sort of system are you using to track, you know, success and failure and keep records? Are you doing any kind of record keeping? Have you kept track of your yields at all?
No, no. My yields would mostly be my mom and my sister picking raspberries so far, and they don't even really like to pick the blackcurrants because they don't like the taste that much, and which is fine by me. I mean, the birds.
Do they dry okay?
They do dry all right, yeah, but they dry very small, and when they dry, they're a little astringent. I like them, you know, but it's obviously, you could tell most people wouldn't go crazy about them.
Right.
But mixed in with other stuff, it's awesome. I think that's the thing that we have to think of. It's like an ingredient, not a sole fruit. It doesn't have to be like a superstar by itself.
It's got a really strong herbaceous quality to it. It tastes like there's a leaf of tarragon mixed in there.
Huh. The flowers haven't opened yet, so I don't get that little bit, but I think it's going to happen really soon. And there's some over here. This is the Whitney crabapple.
Okay.
And really, really did nice. The bumblebees are just non-stop. They're always working it, and they love the comfrey.